Everyone.
Welcome to the Not Every Sports podcast, where we will be covering all of the NFL and NBA information that you need to know. Starting off with our first topic today, Shane, we have not done a podcast since the Super Bowl. Obviously, the Rams won the Super Bowl. How do you feel about that? I know I picked the Rams and you picked the Bengals. You were on a pretty lucky streak picking the Bengals, but I finally got a good pick with the Rams.
Okay. All I gotta say is this game was rigged from the start. It was completely all rigged.
Rigged. I mean, my thing is that I think there was controversial calls on both sides. But I'm not gonna lie to you. The Bengals. I'm assuming you think that the Bengals got the short end of the stick, right, with the officiating.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would actually have to disagree with you. They got a walk-off 75-yard touchdown with some of the most blatant pass interference and face masks I'd ever seen T. Higgins commit on Jalen Ramsey.
That is very true.
That is for starters. Without that touchdown, the Bengals only would have put up, I believe, 9 points. So, I really don't feel that this game was that rigged. I feel like there were some calls, but they really let the players play until the end, which you could debate isn't good because at the end is when it's most critical.
Yeah. I was about to stop you right there because I was about to say exactly what you said.
Yeah.
The refs let them play, which they didn't call anything until like the third quarter to finally call something.
Exactly.
And then they called something, and it seemed like it was like normal.
Mm-hmm.
But then the fourth quarter, I know a lot of people got, like, T. Higgins got away with the blatant, pass interference was a no call. But to be fair, they didn't call anything the whole time. Whole time.
Yeah, and I believe that the fact that the pass interference and the holding at the end of the game, which kind of gave that Rams the ability to score the touchdown.
Yep.
I really feel that the Bengals wouldn't even be in the position to be able to make that stop and be in that game if it wasn't for the refs' lack of flag calling. I mean, they would not be able to score that touchdown. The Bengals struggled all game. The Bengals struggled exactly like how I thought they would. The offensive line couldn't stop anything. Aaron Donald had his way. Aaron Donald won that game. Okay?
Yep.
I think it was the Bengals' lackluster offense. And I think it was just the Bengals' bad offensive line that lost them this game, not flags. Because if you want to go off of flags,
I mean, you can literally do the whole game off of flags.
you could, but if you want to do the game off of flags and say it was rigged, I think the Bengals would be down another 7 points, and the Rams would be scoring to get a 2-touchdown lead.
Okay, let me ask you one question. Since you don't think it's rigged.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Do you actually think it was rigged, or do you think it was just biased?
Both.
Oh, okay. You actually think the NFL scripted it?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In a bit. In a little way.
Okay.
I think why I think this is who's the hosting team? The Rams. They're at home. Yeah, guess what? They're the away team. The away team.
I mean,
they're not the away team.
I mean, I guess you can say that, but I really just don't feel that has that big of an impact.
Yeah, that's one. Two, the end ref calling was horrific. The refs in general were horrific, and I feel like the game would be so much different if they were either choosing to call everything or call nothing, like they were doing in the first half. So that part just makes me feel like it's rigged in some way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can get behind the idea of refs kind of sucking recently. I can never really get behind the whole NFL rigged idea. I just don't believe that. I think there can definitely be some bias in the reffing. But I think NFL refs suck, but I think you need to pay the refs more. I think you need to train the refs more. Because right now, refs are not that good, and unfortunately, I do think they are deciding a lot of outcomes of games. On the other hand, though, I really don't feel like the refs determined this game.
And I gotta disagree with that.
So that is our first topic. Moving on. There's been a lot of talk with Joe Burrow and how he's possibly one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. Some may say that's overhyped just because of this immaculate playoff run he's had, which we all cannot deny. It's been insane, his playoff run.
Oh, yes.
But, who do you think are the top 5 quarterbacks actively in the NFL?
Actively? Okay, I got to go number 1, P. Mahomes. Number 2, I got to go, think here. We're going to go back. 5 is Joe Burrow. 4 is, okay, I got to think of this.
Do you want me to go quick while you collect your
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah.
Okay, so my top 5, starting 5 to 1, I do think it would probably have to be Joe Burrow. I think what he has shown has been incredible. I would like to see what he does in next season during the regular season. I think he could be a top 3 quarterback if he had a better offensive line. I think one determining how good a quarterback ranks in the NFL, I think you have to rank the situation that they're in. I think that was kindly an issue with ranking quarterbacks in the past. You really didn't look at their skill and just looked at how they performed exactly, mainly because of the team around them. Like, that's Matthew Stafford in Detroit. Yeah. Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, had probably been a top 10 quarterback for a long time. He just did not have the weapons around him. So at number 5, Joe Burrow. I think he would rank higher if he had a better offensive line. For number 4, I do probably think Justin Herbert. I think the skill he has is incredible, and I think next season I think he could even be a top 3 quarterback. I really do. I know it's kind of a hot take. I personally thought that Herbert was going to be a better quarterback coming out of college compared to Burrow, and obviously Burrow had that really, really scary ACL injury, which really kind of prevented us from seeing his entire rookie season. So number 5, Burrow. 4, Herbert. Number 3, I think is Josh Allen. I think that Josh Allen and Mahomes are going to run this league for many years to come. I think they're going to be the next Brady Manning type rivalry.
Is that a spoiler of what's your top 1 and 2?
Possibly. My number 2 right now is Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that you can deny a quarterback, meaning having a top 3 spot, who's won back-to-back MVPs. I understand that he's not done well in the playoffs. I think we can both agree with that he's not been the most playoff successful quarterback. But I'm talking about regular season quarterbacks. And MVPs are...
You're saying right now, though.
Right.
You
right.
said regular season.
Yeah.
We're talking about what regular season.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like right now actively in the NFL. Because like Justin Herbert, he's only played regular season. He hasn't made the playoffs yet.
That is true.
Yeah. So number 2, I think Aaron Rodgers. And then number 1, it has to be Mahomes. I mean, you can't deny it. He's probably the most talented quarterback of all time. Currently behind Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback of all time. I think Mahomes will probably pass him up in greatness and probably talent. I mean, Mahomes has very equal stats already to Russell Wilson, who's been a top quarterback in the NFL for a couple of years now. And Mahomes only has been in the league since 2018, and he almost has identical stats to Russell Wilson. So those are my top 5 active. Shane, what do you got?
Okay, well, I already said my number 1 is Mahomes. Do I have to explain that?
No, you don't.
No one else disagrees with me. I'm a Raider fan. I hate it, personally, but I can't deny it. So, Patrick Mahomes, number 1, like I said. Number 5 is Joe Burrow. So, my reasoning for Joe Burrow at number 5 is he took his team, the Bengals, to the Super Bowl, and no one thought that they would make it that far.
That's true.
I mean, a Bengal fan most likely will say they did not expect that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone thought that. I think they had a 1 in 75 chance to get to the Super Bowl.
I really doubt that I really doubted. I thought, like, because they lost a key game in the regular season that almost kicked them out of the playoffs, For a second, I thought they weren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Yeah, for sure.
They had to fight to get in.
They did.
Okay. And then number 4 I got Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. Yes. That is a big take right now. I know you kind of seems washed up and all, but you cannot ignore the 2 Super Bowls he has been to.
Yeah, but he was carried by the Legion of Boom.
Okay, but that's a defense. He literally was one of the highest scoring offensive players. He can do it all. You cannot deny that he cannot scramble. He's one of the
he can
better
scramble and stuff,
quarterbacks out there.
But what has Russ really done in the past 2 years? I mean, I don't know. I just don't think Russ is.
I think Russ definitely.
Okay, so you got Burrow as your 5, Russ as your 4.
3, I got Josh Allen.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, so this boy can sling the rock like Pete Mahomes.
Yeah, he can. He is like Patrick Mahomes, except he can run. He's bigger. He's more athletic.
Yeah, completely more athletic.
Yeah.
I really think that Josh Allen has built a culture in the Bills Mafia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I definitely think he's going to probably go down as one of the best Bills quarterback of all time.
And here's a very, very bold take.
And this is your 2.
2.
Yep.
And I know he hasn't gone to a Super Bowl, even won a Super Bowl, but Dak Prescott. Can't deny. This bro took his team to the playoffs. And, okay, I guess he kind of did choke at the end of the last
He choked
game.
at the I can't do this. No, he choked at the end. Dak Prescott has been at the Cowboys for 6 years, and I think he's only won, one playoff game?
Yeah, but
He's only.
if we're talking regular season, I really think that. I really think that.
I can't agree with that. I mean,
think he just needs to be on a new team. I think that's the problem.
I'm sorry, but if you have Zeke, a great offensive line, a good defense, you got CeeDee Lamb. I can't. No, you have Amari Cooper. I mean, no. I
mean, besides his injuries, you take his injuries away. I think he was pretty injured this year.
How?
Because he got injured in the year this year.
How? When was he injured?
He was injured at the beginning of the season.
Really?
Yeah, he was injured.
Okay.
I don't think he was 100% healthy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so then we got your number 1.
My number 1, I already said Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So those are our top 5 active quarterbacks, and now moving on to a different but somewhat similar topic, we have our top 5 quarterbacks of all time. Shane, do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Of all time, I'll go first. We're gonna start with number 5. Gotta go Joe Montana.
Okay, that's interesting.
Number 4, Dan Marino.
Okay.
Number 3, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I know you didn't expect that. And my number 2, drum roll please, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. Yeah, that's a good one.
No one can argue. Peyton Manning is one of the greats. Not saying he is, but look at his last year. Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say Von Miller kind of won him that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of true.
The no-fly zone, yeah.
But then again, Cam Newton did fumble 5 million times against Denver's defense. Literally any defense, he probably would fumble. He had really bad off day.
Yeah, he did. He did have an off day. Okay, so we got your got down to your number 2. Shane, who you got for your number 1 spot? I think it's pretty obvious to anyone who follows.
Obvious.
To anyone who,
the GOAT.
Yeah, Tom Brady, the GOAT. Okay, my number 5 of all time, my 5 greatest, would probably have to be number 5. Would have to be Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I think the talent that he possesses is almost out of this world.
But why not higher than 5?
Honestly, I think it's just due to his lack of playoff success.
That's fair, but dude's a walking MVP every year.
You're right. He was an MVP, 4 times, second most all time, only behind Peyton Manning. I really just can't think of him as being any higher than 5 just because of his lack of playoff success. That's really just how I feel.
I mean, he won a Super Bowl.
He did win a singular Super Bowl, which is going to be kind of funny for my next spot on the list. Obviously, it has to be Joe Montana. Joe Montana won 4 Super Bowls. Him and the connection he had with Rice was incredible. One of the best.
So we agree on 4.
We do agree on 4. And then my number 3 spot would probably have to be Elway. I think Elway had to be one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time, especially just coming out of college. Yeah. 5 Super Bowl appearances, although he only won 2. That's 5 Super Bowl appearances in a very hard era. He probably could have played longer too, but I think when you win 2 back-to-back, it's kind of a good way to end your career. My number 2 would have to be the most winningest MVP of all time, Peyton Manning. 5 MVPs, 4 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Lombardis. I think that kind of speaks for itself. He was, a record holder for the most passing yards in a single season, the most passing touchdowns in a single season. Great quarterback, generational, played for a long time. I think it's kind of a no-brainer, and obviously we all know who number 1 is.
Yep.
It's Tom Brady. The guy played until he was, I believe, 44, 45. He was, 6th round pick. He was a 6th rounder pick, 199. He has won 7 Super Bowls. Ben the 10. He went to a new team and won a Super Bowl the first year in the pandemic year, which definitely probably made it more difficult as he wasn't able to train in the offseason much. He's a 4-time MVP winner. He's the most winningest
Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, and he's won the most playoff games. He himself has won more playoff games than any franchise.
Yeah. I think that, Tom Brady, definitely the GOAT. No debate. I've heard people go like, oh no, Rodgers is better.
I think Rodgers is more talented.
I
think Rodgers can make throws that Brady can't make.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think Rodgers...
We're going a bit farther.
I think Rodgers is more talented with his ability, especially to throw the ball.
I think...
But I really just think that Brady is just the best, He's the best playoff quarterback of all time.
I think if you're talking about improvising, Rodgers definitely wins.
Yeah, improvising.
If we're talking about anything else about throwing, Tom Brady doubles him on every single thing.
Oh, I think Rodgers' deep ball is better.
Really?
Yeah.
You see Brady throwing dots? Like, look at his.
I do see.
Look on him.
I know.
I see. Patriots.
I know. I see that. I see that. But, anyways, moving on. So I think when we were talking about some of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, I think we have to talk about some of the greatest NBA players of all time. Obviously, the greatest NBA players. It's kind of between 2, Jordan and LeBron. Shane, who do you feel is the better out of the 2, Jordan or LeBron?
Well, no-brainer, Michael Jordan, but I don't think it's between 2.
Really?
I think you can debate 3.
Who's your 3rd?
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, that's true. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar also has to be there. He's the leadingest scorer of all time.
He's top 5. I'm not saying he's not, but not top 1, 2.
Okay. Yeah, so I do probably have to go with Jordan. I think Jordan's one of the most feared players of all time.
Oh, by far.
On the other hand, though, I think when we talk about Jordan and LeBron, I think sometimes we don't give LeBron enough credit. LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time. LeBron has been to the finals 10 times. He's won 4.
Okay, let me stop you right there, okay?
Yeah.
So, what happened this year with LeBron so far?
This year, the Lakers are not playing well, mainly because of Russell Westbrook. They have a senior home as their bench, and they have AD, who is constantly hurt. And every time they've won, it's because of LeBron. LeBron's averaging 27 a night right now at 39 years old. Yeah, I think LeBron's actually having a very good season. You can't expect a 39-year-old to carry your entire team.
I feel like Michael Jordan could have done that.
But I feel like, I mean, possibly, but I feel like that's speculation. And on the other hand, too, Jordan pretty much, especially during his really dominating era, he always had a really good team around him. Tony Kukoc, um, you know, uh, Grant, obviously Pippen, Rodman during the latter years.
I'm a Miami Heat fan, and I tell you, I like LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Heat fan, obviously. So, this is not biased opinion. Michael Jordan is by far better.
See, do you really think it's that much though? Because I think that LeBron, every team he went to, he always made better. That's not
That's
the that's
true.
not the case with Michael Jordan. You said, and here, you said that you feel if Michael Jordan was in the situation that LeBron was with the Lakers, he would be able to carry that team. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
How did Michael Jordan do it with the Wizards when he was even younger?
Okay, that's the freaking Wizards.
I'm just saying though.
I have a question.
If it's Michael Jordan, who you said at 39 could carry the Lakers to be a top seed in the West, why couldn't he do it with the Wizards? I just think I don't think that's a good take.
Okay, let's be honest, okay?
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, have you ever seen LeBron be on a team that doesn't consist with one good player?
Yeah.
What team is that?
Cleveland, their first championship.
They had Tristan Thompson, pretty decent. They had at the time, not right now.
Yeah.
But I guess you can argue Kevin Love.
No. I'm talking about his first one in 2000 and I believe it was 9. Actually, no, I believe it was 2006 and 7. But wait, are you thinking that I'm talking about the first one that he won?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. I'm actually talking about the first championship that he made. He made that, in the 2006-7 season. He placed second in the Central. He had a 53-20 record. I really think that LeBron can carry a team.
That is true. I think LeBron is the best, team-made guy that anybody has ever seen in the NBA.
You think he's the best teammate of all time?
He's the best teammate of all time.
Okay.
He is not the greatest of all time.
But you have to admit he's the second greatest of all time. Come on, you have to admit he's second greatest of all time. Come on.
Third.
You really think Johnson's better than him?
Magic Johnson. Bro.
But okay.
He won more titles. With the Lakers.
Okay.
Yep.
But I mean, he also had, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with him, who's also possibly.
This dude makes everything. Magic Johnson is the best when it comes to.
He's the best, probably.
Guard.
You think he's better than Curry?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of wraps up the debate. I do have to go with Jordan, although I do think that the skill gap between the two is smaller than obviously you think. Yeah. So I got Jordan. You also have Jordan.
I have Jordan. No way shot anyone else can
Okay.
take that from him.
Okay, awesome. So, keeping on the NBA topic, did you watch the All-Star game, Shane?
Oh, yes. No, I did not.
Yeah. I saw some highlights of it. It was a fun game. Obviously, no one plays defense. Curry was unstoppable. It's insane what Curry is able to do when he's not guarded, and especially when he's not double teamed. I mean, the guy makes every bucket. What did he have? I believe 15 or 14 threes.
I'm pretty sure he had 15. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I watched highlights too. The thing is with the All-Star game, my opinion, is it's not as entertaining as watching a regular season game. Only for the fact that in the regular season game they actually play defense.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
don't find that very entertaining and wow, that guy did a 360 dunk in a game. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Right, because it's not actually a 360 dunk in a game because it's not an actual game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know they're trying to just have fun, but I feel like if you have super teams like that, like,
Yeah, you should actually go at it.
Actually, like, everyone should be trying on defense.
Right. And speaking on, like you said, dunks.
Yeah.
That dunk contest this year.
Oh no, we're not starting with this.
Yeah. What do you think they should do to replace the dunk contest? I honestly don't know, but it is getting worse every year.
They should have, because, there's celebrities that already do this for a living.
Right.
Try to figure out some different dunks that no one's seen before. That's what you do. You recruit, you get those people, pay them money to do that, and not have NBA players do the dunk contest.
Okay, so you think just have celebrities do dunks?
Yeah, celebrities that are good dunkers. We're not talking about someone off the street like Kanye West trying to.
I think Kanye West versus Pete Davidson would be a very funny. Would be a very funny dunk contest. Okay, so we got that. We covered that topic. I'm just on my phone here, guys, just looking at the notes we have, by the way, for our podcast here. So we kind of talked about Curry in the All-Star game, how he was able to make 15 threes. On the topic of shooters, it's obviously becoming a much more shooting league.
Oh, yeah.
A center won the 3-point contest. Keep in mind, Cat.
Yes.
Who do you think the top 3 shooters of all time are?
All time?
All time.
Number 3, Klay Thompson.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that, actually.
Klay Thompson, bro, yeah. If anyone has seen Klay Thompson, this one video clip.
It's when he goes off against on the Pacers, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about practice.
Oh, okay.
So he was saying he's not going to miss, blah, blah. 15 shots in, he made every single 15, and he made a half-court shot right at the end, and then he finally missed one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to see someone else make 16 threes in a row.
Yeah.
And have it be pure shot form, good form, and everything.
Oh, his form is impeccable.
I think he has the best form in the whole NBA.
I also agree with that.
Okay, and then number 2, Steph Curry. Not number 1 because I'll get to number 1. Okay, number 1 is Ray Allen. No one can. I mean, it's very close. Not gonna say Curry isn't.
Even though Curry has the record.
Yeah, not Klay Thompson. Ray Allen, dude can shoot lights out. I know I'm a Heat fan. This might look biased because he did play for my team, and we won.
And he also had the most clutch. And he also had the most clutch shot ever for you guys in that game versus San Antonio.
Yeah, but you cannot disagree that you can't not shoot from 3 and have one of the better percentages from 3.
Yeah. No, so my number 3 spot probably has to go to Klay. I think it is kind of close for Reggie Miller. Obviously, Reggie, held the 3-point record for a long time before Ray took it and before eventually Steph took it. Yeah. Number 2, I do have to say Ray Allen. I think Ray Allen, obviously, you just can't deny. Guy held the record. He had probably the most clutch 3 of all time in that game 6 with the Heat versus the Spurs. And, obviously my number 1 has to be Curry. I think Curry has changed the way we perceive basketball with his 3-point shot. You did not see people shooting a 3 as much as you do now, just mainly because of Curry. Yeah. He also holds the record for the most 3 points, the most 3 points ever shot. Yeah.
I can get that. I'm not the Michael Jordan versus LeBron. That was I can't. But
Can't what?
I mean, I can't that's not true. I'm just saying that.
What? That Jordan
isn't better than LeBron.
I agree with you. I think Jordan is better. But I think that the gap between them is not that big. It's not like you have, Steph Curry and Giannis Antetokounmpo when it comes to a 3-point contest. Obviously Steph is better. There's obviously a big gap.
Well, yeah.
I don't think it's like that with LeBron and Jordan. I think they're really almost equal. I really do. And you don't think that. You think there's a good gap between Jordan and LeBron.
Definitely.
I can't get behind that.
Yeah. So I feel like the 3-point part is very close between Curry and Ray. I think that is
Yeah, I
super
do
close,
think. Yep.
like neck and neck.
Yep.
But see, the thing is, Curry takes more threes,
That's true. And like with the way the game has
Yeah.
changed, he has the opportunity to take more threes.
and Ray Allen is more of a spot-up shooter,
That's true.
and his percentages are better.
That's true.
So if we're looking at analytics and if we're looking at stats, Ray Allen is by far the best 3-point shooter.
Okay. Yeah, I still have to stick with my Curry pick, but I do think
Yeah.
I think the line between Ray and Curry, it's almost interchangeable, just kind of like it is with Reggie and Clay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely.
awesome. So keeping it with the NBA topic, who do you think right now, Shane, runs the NBA? Who do you think is the face of the league?
Well, I think that right now, I don't think there's one player that really runs the league, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think you can debate Steph Curry being the face, Kevin Durant, and you can
LeBron, obviously.
LeBron, yeah.
Giannis?
Giannis, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry. No, I'm kidding.
And Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
I wish. Or Bam Adebayo. I'm joking.
It's the Heat fan coming out of him.
Okay, I think that, quite possibly Donovan Mitchell. He just needs to get a 3-point game. Hot take.
Yeah, it's a really hot take.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. No,
Or Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I think Nikola Jokic is the most underappreciated center of all time. I mean, the dude's gonna be Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Already won
definitely.
Already won an MVP.
Yeah.
No one talks about him.
Yeah, no one talks about it.
This dude can single-handedly win a game for you with rebounds, assists, and points.
Here, take this.
And he has a
hot take.
3-point shot.
Yeah, I know. Take this hot take right here. You hear it from me. I think NBA 2K23, the cover athlete, or 24, I might be wrong with 23, but 24 for sure probably will be Nikola Jokic. If he's not, then it's
DeMar DeRozan. I'm just saying.
DeMar DeRozan. Yeah, you can't. He literally took Chicago from this
Desolate,
dumpster fire team.
Yep.
And literally got them into contention for maybe winning a title this year.
I think they're like second in the East right now. It's insane. Yeah, no. So I think that the face of the league is probably between LeBron and Curry. I think in a couple of years though it'll probably be Ja Morant,
Maybe.
Giannis, obviously Nikola Jokic.
Actually, I think it's between LeBron, Giannis, Kevin Durant, and Steph.
Okay.
And if I had to choose between those four, I would say Steph Curry because this dude, look at last year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, the year before that, okay, we're going to start the year before that from last year. Their team had the first overall pick, which means they are one of the worst teams in the whole entire NBA.
No, I think they had the second, didn't they?
Okay, well, first or second one.
Yeah.
I think it's second. Actually, now I remember. James Wiseman.
Because I think it was LaMelo Ball was picked first.
Yeah. That was LaMelo Ball.
Yep.
Charlotte Hornets.
Yep.
Yeah. So you go back to that. They had like the third worst, I think, record in the NBA when Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond Green might have played that year. I don't remember, but
right.
Then the next year, you look at that. They almost made the playoffs.
That is true.
They almost made the playoffs. And Steph Curry. Just Steph Curry.
Yeah.
No one else. Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry is a beast, man. I don't think anyone can also deny
Yeah.
that.
And then this year, we're talking about this year. Watch out. Watch out, Phoenix. Watch out.
Yeah, man. I think I think the Warriors have a really good shot. In my opinion, though, as kind of weird as it sounds, I really do think that Draymond Green is one of the most underappreciated parts of this dynasty.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the dude is probably one of the only guys out there in the league still who really plays hard, rough defense, really
Yes.
rebounds. He facilitates the entire court.
And likes to kick people.
Yeah, in specific areas.
In specific areas.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think the face of the league right now is probably between LeBron, Curry, Giannis, and KD. I can probably agree with that.
You can't deny, though, besides Chris Middleton, who is really on the Bucks?
Drew Holiday. I mean, he's probably like
a star player at best.
He's probably like, according to many people, many NBA players, he's one of the best defensive point guards of all time.
I mean, I don't count him as a superstar, which is Chris Middleton.
I think Drew Holiday's better than Middleton.
Really?
Yeah, defensively. I think
defensively.
I think it would be more of a blow to our team. I say our team because I'm a Bucks fan. I think it would be a bigger blow to our team to lose Drew Holiday opposed to Chris Middleton. Think about it. When we signed Drew Holiday, we won a championship the same year.
That is true, but who got you to that championship?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, yeah, okay, besides Giannis.
Probably Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton.
I know, I get
Chris
that.
Middleton. Bro made a buzzer beater to beat Brooklyn. He had a buzzer beater to sweep the Heat, which I'm not upset. What am I saying? I'm not happy about, obviously, and I'm trying to forget about it. So yeah, Chris Middleton was a big reason why they made the run.
Oh yeah, I mean I agree with that 100%. But that's like saying you take away any team's big three. A piece of that, they're not going to be as good.
That's true, but I feel like they could get away with not having Drew Holiday.
Possibly, but I think we would not nearly be as good.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next topic. Okay. We're going out of the NBA, but we're in the same topic, basically. Basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
So, a few days ago, Michigan's coach and Wisconsin's coach, everyone knows about this. This is on SportsCenter. This is on everything.
They got
all
into
over.
it. Yeah, they got into it. They got into a little bit of a scrap.
What's your take on that?
I think it was extremely inappropriate. I think it was really kind of dumb of the Michigan coach, to be blatantly honest with you. I don't think it was a sign of disrespect from the Wisconsin coach. I think he was just doing what was in the best interest of his players. He didn't want to have his players, especially his subs, who probably need some playing time to learn.
Yeah.
Only 4 seconds to get the ball across half the court. He could take a timeout and get 10 seconds. I don't think it's a sign of disrespect. I think it's just a sign of him trying to do what's best for his players, and the Michigan coach wrongly reacted.
I agree, but what do you guys say about the 10K racks that our coach, I'm saying our coach because we're
Wisconsin.
from Wisconsin and we like Wisconsin.
And we're Badger fans. Yeah.
Greg Gard, $10,000 got fined for putting his hand on the other coach.
For putting his hand on the Michigan coach?
Yeah.
I guess. I really don't think it was a justified. I don't think it was like a negative action by the Wisconsin coach. But I can see maybe that led to the kind of aggression. I know the Michigan coach felt that he had to, quote unquote, defend himself just because the Wisconsin coach put his hand on his chest trying to say, hey, look, when we took that timeout, it wasn't a sign of disrespect. And then it all escalated. I think the Michigan coach had a justifiable 5-game suspension, which prevents him from coaching for the rest of the season.
I think, okay, so here's my take on this. Okay, I completely agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I find it bizarre. Mm-hmm. Everyone who I talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Badger fan. I'm not being biased at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Michigan, though. But,
yeah.
So, I really think that Greg Gard was in the right of this, and the other coach by far was in the wrong. I think that Greg Gard shouldn't have put his hand on the other coach and try to talk to him. He should have just walked out because we already won.
Right.
Why do you need to explain anything?
Right. I mean, I think the only reason that Gard probably tried to say something is because I remember the Michigan coach said that he explicitly said to the Badger coach, "I'm gonna remember this." So I think the Badgers coach was in good faith.
I believe that. Another thing about the fine. This is my reaction to that fine that Greg Gard got. I find it inappropriate why he got fined. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
He literally just went like, "Oh, hey, we didn't mean to do this. I'm trying to explain to you why."
He was trying to explain himself, exactly.
And the other coach just completely like lost it. He's done that before.
Yeah, it was an overreaction by the Michigan.
Yeah, but he's done that before.
Yeah.
Greg Gard knew that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there you could have said Greg Gard shouldn't have even tried.
I mean, and you can also just make the argument, although I don't think his actions intentionally led to a big brawl, but like...
Yeah.
Technically,
I really think it's crazy, though.
Technically, his action did lead to the brawl. Although it like wasn't intentional to like lead into a fight, and he didn't punch, he didn't shove, he didn't grab like the Michigan coach did.
Yeah. Here's a hot take. Okay? I'm a believer that there needs to be more diversity, but this makes my skin color black look bad because a coach being that disgruntled and it makes them look at us
right
as like we're the bad people.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I can't really talk on this issue a ton for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, from what I've listened to, I have not heard it be turned into a race issue, and I think it would be bad to turn this into a race issue because I don't think this had anything to do with race.
Yeah.
I don't think Michigan.
Oh no.
And I don't think that Michigan's coach did this because he was black.
No.
And I don't think, the Wisconsin coach did this because he was white.
Definitely.
On the other hand, I think there are racist people out there.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that.
Right, exactly. And there are racist people, unfortunately.
So, like the NFL, like with Brian Flores, for example, Brian Flores, okay? I mean, they literally paid him to lose and to tank to get Joe Burrow, which they got 2 of. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then they fire him for some crazy flipping reason that he just like almost made the playoffs 2 years in a row and took what's his name?
Who? Tua Tagovailoa?
No. The bad man.
The bad man?
The bad man, the magician.
Oh,
himself.
Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic.
Yep.
Ryan Fitzmagic.
Yep.
Okay? He took a backup quarterback at the time. He still is backup quarterback. But took a backup quarterback and literally won 4 games when they shouldn't have won any.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from. But back to touching back base with the Wisconsin issue. Yeah, I think it's very sad. I think it's also very sad that we have to live in a world though where we even have to worry that there are racist people out there who are going to interpret this into a race thing, just in order to try to put down black people. So I agree with you. It's a really sad situation. It's sad that 2 grown men were fighting over a stupid reason.
Stupid reason, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what I like to say is I am I'm not surprised, but I've talked to plenty of people that,
right, especially
Michigan fan. I've talked to a Michigan fan. They were surprised that they didn't fire their coach. And
yeah.
So I really think that Michigan just likes to do that when it's against Wisconsin. They don't care.
Yeah, I think there might be some rivalry.
I think it's bad blood between two of the rival teams. Bad blood.
I definitely think that there's probably some kind of bitterness between the two, but it is what it is. The punishments have already been given out.
Yep.
Hopefully next time that Wisconsin and Michigan meet, it will not be in such bad faith.
Yep. I hope the coach has fun paying his $100,000 fine.
Yeah, and not being able to attend his players' games,
Yeah.
which is also very tough. So, anyways, thank you all for tuning in to episode 2 of the Not Every Sports podcast, where we will continue to cover all of the NBA, NFL, and even college basketball news that you need to know. I'm Matthew.
I'm Shane.
And thanks for listening, guys.